Welcome back to episode 6 of the Locker Box podcast. Mike's, the boys are buzzing. Michael's coming in hot. Good week so far. Sun is shining. I'm feeling good. Habs are playing meaningful hockey. We're hitting the spring season.
Sun is shining, Whites, but maybe not. Maybe where you are. Not in Montreal, not in Toronto where I am. We had some snow today. It was 15 degrees on Monday. Snow today. A little ice storm. A little didn't have power. What's going on? Sun isn't shining, but sun is shining in Montreal Canadiens land. Whites, get back into it. Sorry, go ahead.
Sun is shining because we got that daylight savings.
That is true.
Savings.
You got that.
We had some sun. Mike's, I'm feeling good. The boys are feeling good. I don't want to jump my skis or get ahead of myself or anything.
Don't jump your skis. I didn't even know you're a skier. I've never seen you ski before.
I've actually never skied in my life.
Never skied, but I'll jump them.
But I'm going to jump them because I'm feeling good. I mean, the game, we are Friday evening right now. We wanted to film, Wednesday right after the game. Some people are more dedicated than others. Someone was a little tired. So
I was a little tired. I took the option, and I apologize to all our fans. I know you're asking, when's the next episode? It's been a while. Have you guys stopped? Have you guys quit? We haven't.
We don't quit.
We're just taking a leave of absence. We were gone, and now we're back. And now I'm back better than ever. Everybody, take a look at my microphone. This is a professional microphone. This is not a for fun podcast.
No.
This is a for serious podcast.
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about? What's going on in Habsland?
Mike's talking about fans before I know you're saying something. You want to ask me a question and I jump back. That's okay. That's what we do here. Talking about fans. We're out in Montreal last week. I felt like a celebrity. Everyone, Locker Box boys, the boys. Are we the Locker Box boys or the guys? I don't know. Maybe our buddies, the Locker Box buddies.
We'll figure it out as we go. But Whites, I was with you. We were at the mall. Holy crap. We have to realize we cannot live like we once did. Our lives are new. This is changing. We're going to adapt to it. We're celebrities in Montreal. I'll tell you right now. I know we were at Lululemon doing some shopping. Shout out to, won't say your name because I don't know if you want to be called out here, but shout out to our fan at Lululemon. We're working on potentially getting a little code for you guys. We'll keep you updated with that, but the things are growing here, Whites. And before we get started, I do want to shout out to our sponsor, if you don't mind. Quick, I read for you guys. So, all right, boys, real quick. If you're still firing off cold emails or hoping someone magically finds your highlights, you're doing it the hard way. Bench Connect is where hockey opportunities actually happen. Players, coaches, agents, all in one place, talking directly, filling rosters, making moves. No fluffs, no guessing, just hockey people connecting. It's a global hockey opportunity network where opportunities are called. Check it out at benchconnect.net. And for you beautiful listeners, we have something for you. Our great sponsor of the show has stepped up and given you listeners a free trial. Just use the promo code LOCKERBOX when you sign up. That's LOCKERBOX when you sign up. Let's get it going. I'm so excited. The Habs are excited. We got a huge weekend up ahead. I don't know if we're jumping to the weekend ahead, but maybe let's talk about the week behind us, Whites.
The week behind us. I mean, to begin, we haven't spoken since before the trade deadline, which honestly isn't a bad thing because there's not much to report on. I'm okay with what they did. Seeing Bag of Chips getting traded for 7 first-round picks. Like, I don't need to make a deal for a fourth liner who's going to give up a first-round pick. So I'm okay with that.
I know our good old buddy Michael McCarron, that guy went for a second-rounder. Don't need that. White, you were trying to explain this to me. Was it a buyer's market? Was it a seller's market? I don't know. I don't know what's what. You were trying to explain. I didn't get.
I believe it ended up being
I don't know.
I think a seller's market.
Yeah, we
because not many guys were getting sold, but the ones who were making a lot. They were making a lot of money off them.
I will remind the listeners, we both have an MBA. There are 2 MBAs on this show, and we're still trying to figure that out for you. But that's why we quit our jobs, and we are doing a podcast full time here for you fellas.
Yeah, absence. Let's get into that. I mean, like I said, we wanted to film after the game. Someone was a little tired. Game started at 7:30.
The daylight savings has me all messed up.
I agree.
But Habsens, before this one, a little through for the loop. Weren't expecting this one, we get a little announcement on Instagram. What's his name? Fowler. What's his first name again?
It's the Habs podcast.
Jacob Fowler. Sorry, I'm thinking Cam Fowler. I don't know why, but it's getting loud. It's getting loud. Jacob Fowler. He gets called up, and he gets the start right away. So Sam Montembeault.
Yeah, what does that tell you about what the Habs think of Sam Montembeault?
I think it tells you right now that Sam Montembeault will not play another game for the Montreal Canadiens. You heard it here first on the Locker Box podcast. Right now, I don't believe that Sam Montembeault will play another game. Whites, do you feel the same thing?
Yeah, I agree with you. Who's your night one starter playoffs, game one, series one?
That's such a good question. It's such a hard question to answer, but I'm going to use these last, what, do we have 20 games? Is it 22 games? Is it 18 games? How many games left do we have?
I think we have 22.
22,
maybe
something
18,
like that.
Maybe
I'm using these last 18 games as a tryout for both goaltenders. I'm playing them both equally,
18.
and whoever plays best is getting the start night one if we make the playoffs. If we make the playoffs, Whites. We do not have a spot locked in. If we make the playoffs, I do not know who our starter will be, but we will find out by the end of the year. That's for sure.
I mean, if we make the playoffs, but if we finish first in the division, anything's possible right now. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Right? So we saw the Buffalo Sabres go from the joke that they are to now being the absolute nastiest hockey team in the league. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how it works, but you can just flip a switch and now become the best hockey team in the NHL. And they did that. They did it. I'm happy for them. You know what? I am very happy for the Buffalo Sabres. I will tell you that. I don't know if you feel that way.
Yep.
I'm happy for them. We did take over their barn a couple months ago. Was that? It might have been last month. I don't know when it was, but we did take over their barn. But right now, they're taking over the league. So I'll tip my cap to the Buffalo Sabres right now, Whites. But let's talk about that Habs Sens game. We get Fowler got the start, and how did our Habs play? Go ahead.
I mean, I don't think they played their best game. They were I feel like it was a game they were set up for failure with travel. Not with travel, but with schedule. They played a lot of games. They were on the road for a while. They played the night before. The Sens were waiting for him to come back. Caulfield is out. We think it's an illness. We don't really know, but I think we're going to go with it was an illness.
We'll go with it. It's an illness, but I did think it was weird because in between whistles, sometimes he went and did a little skate, which is like, if it's an illness, there's no need for that, I think. Maybe there is. I don't know. We're hockey players. We should know this. But then he just went on and played power play. Is that correct?
Yeah. I don't know. Someone who's recently had a bug.
You're a bug guy.
I don't know if
you're recently having a bug guy.
I don't know if it was a stomach flu. I don't know if it was a food poisoning, but you're just trying to loosen up the stomach. Just gets a little tight. It hurts. You're sore. So maybe he was just trying to loosen it up. Wanted to be a good teammate. He's like, I'm gonna get everyone
be a good teammate and go for a little lap. That's a good teammate if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. So, but no Caulfield boys. Took an early 1-0 lead. Tides turned really quickly. Senators definitely dictated the play until I want to say about halfway through the second period. You started to see some good shifts by the Habs. I don't think they had a shot in the period until with 8 minutes left. But then a nice goal by Texier. Sens fans probably want that one back. Owen from Ottawa is probably punching his steering wheel out at that one. But third period, I think the Habs dominated, and you can't talk about this game without talking about the Jacob Fowler. I mean, this guy was sensational. He really is what that Canadiens needed. We haven't seen a performance like that since, I don't want to say it.
I don't want to say it too. People are saying it. We're not going to say it. We're not going to put the pressure on this guy, but this guy is our Lord and Savior. Holy crap. This is what Habs fans are expecting. We're not going to say it, but this guy, we need him. Well, goaltending has not been our friend this year. If Sam Montembeault's in that net during that game versus the Senators, I think we lose 7-2. So right now, I'm so happy for Fowler. I think Habs fans can be more excited to have Fowler in the net. And yeah, we'll see. I think it's good to have good competition. You know, most of the season, our competition was which goalie can play worse. And now we got two solid goalies playing well, and let's keep it going. Hopefully Marty, I know he kind of mishandled the goaltenders early on. Hopefully he doesn't do that again. And we'll see. But right now, what a what a game by Fowler. That was the Jacob Fowler game.
What's your TSN turning point of the game? Because I have one. I want to see if you have the same exact one as me.
My TSN turning point in the game? TSN turning point in the game. Wow, that's a great question. I don't want to say my TSN turning point was at the end of the game when Jacob Fowler just fucking I don't even know who he robbed, but it came off the boards, comes back, and he just sticks his pad out. I don't know if the TSN turning point can be at the end of the game. Usually it's mid-game, but I can't get that image or video out of my head. So I'm going to go, that's my TSN turning point.
Okay. I mean, similar, not the same. Mine was it was 1-1. Slafkovský had that a chance. Some video showed it was in. Today I'm seeing it wasn't in. Neither here nor there. They go back the other way. Amadio on a breakaway. Jacob Fowler so calm.
He's so calm back there. It reminds me of somebody, but I just can't keep.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. I can't put my finger on it, but
don't say it. Reminds me of somebody.
Yeah, he's so calm back there, which I find different because Dobish, he's not
completely.
He's complete opposite. He's like one of those things that you see at a used car salesman moving his arms and feet like that. That's what I think of Jacob Dobish. Jacob Dobish, sorry. He figures it out, but he puts it all together. But then we got the complete opposite with Jacob Fowler, who we don't even know if there's a heartbeat there until he makes a save. And there's a heartbeat. So that was Jacob Fowler's game. I agree with you. I did forget that breakaway save. He had a couple. We did not play well defensively. Like that's why I'll repeat what I said before. If we have Montembeault in net, we're losing 7-2. Like he won us that game. Throughout that whole game, he made massive saves. And I know our big thing was it's not how many saves you make, it's these saves and the timely saves that you make.
He did both.
And he did both. He absolutely did both. And we're going to need that right now if we want to have any hopes going down the pipeline in the season. And if we want to move out of the first round, we're going to need a goaltender to carry us there.
Yeah. I mean, you said it with how the game started. I don't think we were playing very well. I think we were getting into the shenanigans of the Sens. I think they need to slow down the game. We're a faster team, more skill. They were trying to drag us into the fight or into the shenanigans, the after the whistle stuff, the extracurricular activities. What other pronouns or I don't think it's a pronoun, not an English major, but you know what I'm saying? Like we were taking penalties, and then we started to get a better flow in the game.
You saw Anderson he got looped into it. Nick Cousins, most hated guy in the league. He got Anderson under his skin and it worked. And Anderson took a penalty. And I'm pretty sure they scored on that.
He did dolphin dive into Carrier, but keep your head up, Alex. Xhekaj, Struble.
I feel like Carrier's gotten nailed quite a bit. He's kind of like Slafkovský back in his career, but a couple of years ago, I feel like he's learned now. But before, he used to just absolutely always get hammered, and now seems like Carrier's the guy.
One guy who is probably our best after the whistle shenanigans guy. Like if you're going to be in a game like that, you want him in the game. And there's a lot of discourse around it. I want to hear your thoughts. Should have Montreal Canadiens 6th defenseman was Jayden Struble for the game. I thought he had a good game. I think he had an assist or two. But he was in for Arber Xhekaj. Give me your thoughts on that. Do you think that's the right move? Do you think we'll see more of that moving forward? Or do you think they need to make a switch there?
You know what? I think whether you have Arber Xhekaj back there or whether you have Jayden Struble, I don't think it makes a huge difference. I think we rely on our top 4 defensemen heavily. So to me, if you put Xhekaj in there, if you put Struble in there, it's not making the biggest difference because Struble is he's a tough guy. He fought, I'm pretty sure when we played Boston, he fought, what's that forward there? He played Nashville, Tampa, plays Boston now. He's just a tough forward. Got paid pretty well.
Oh, Jano.
Yeah, Jano. So that's why you're my co-host. You're my semi-host. Jano, he's a tough guy. Struble fought Jano and put up a really good fight against him. So and I think I trust Struble back there a little bit more than I do trust Xhekaj.
He's more predictable.
More predictable. As you said, he had some assists. I think keeping Struble in there is not a bad idea. We'll see what the Habs do on Tuesday when they play the Bruins. Do they want to have both? Well, you can't put both of them there. Who are you going to take out here? But hey, I don't know. Unless you take out Carey and you have them both back there, the Bash brothers on D. I don't know what Marty's going to do here.
I don't see them taking out Carey, and I agree with you. Like Struble's more predictable. It's not going to make a difference. Game 60, 4 of the season. Playoffs, maybe a little different story. You put Struble in, they're getting pushed around a little bit. Just that intimidation factor in a long playoff series. Xhekaj could shift a little bit of the momentum, but I don't think it really is. I think it's a nothing burger.
That's your favorite word in
Talking about ice time. I'm going to start with this. Brendan Gallagher, I don't think the guy should come out of the lineup. People are saying, oh, he's too slow. Oh, he's not good enough. Like, there's better options. Look, your 12th forward is not winning you the game. If you need Bolduc or Texier in there over him as your 12th forward to be the difference maker, that's not going to happen. Being somebody, did I play Division I? No. Okay. Did I play in the NHL? No. But what I do
in the SPHL though.
Could have played in the supportive parent hockey league. But
I like that one. I've never heard that one.
I can't take credit for that. But what I do know is when you're in a locker room and you have a guy, you got your routines, you got your voices, your vocal people. Gallagher's a vocal guy. You take that out. You take that out of the lineup, not because of an injury, but just because you don't think he's good enough. That messes with the feng shui of the team. The mojo goes off. So your 12th forward, let it be Brendan Gallagher, okay? I'm the first one to say the guy's not the greatest. He works hard, but sometimes working hard only gets you as far as walking out your front door.
Sometimes you only get out your front door.
Yeah, your front door. So, but you need that guy in there because as a 12th forward, you know what you're going to get. Guy lit up Easton Cowan. He fought. He dropped the mitts. He's an emotional leader. He's kind of is the heart and soul of Montreal Canadiens. So I'm not taking him out. He's in my night one lineup for the playoffs. Where I kind of understand people's point of view is like, give him a break here. Take Anderson out for a game here. Just let your veterans get a day off for a back-to-back and just get everybody fresh, everyone moving, because in the playoffs, he's going to be playing and you want him as fresh as possible. That I understand, but we haven't locked up anything yet. We can't get, and Marty's not sitting there. Marty played Fowler last game because he wants to win. He's not taking out Gallagher to give him a rest. He wants to win. So in my opinion, you're keeping Gallagher in there, and there's no reason to take him out. I could be completely wrong. He could be out on Sunday in a back-to-back, but I just don't see it happening.
I'm just gonna back your point there. I just don't think you can take Gallagher out, and I'll be the first one to admit I was a Gallagher hater. I see him. This is also when Habs are in the dumps. It's not when we're fucking nasty like we were this year and last year, but. I see Gallagher working so hard, but he's working and doing nothing. You know, if you're what our coach used to say, like you're working so hard to go nowhere, like work less hard. What was it? It was like something like that.
It's sometimes like you got to be you're in a Ferrari. You got to stop at the light. You can't be going 100,000 miles per hour at all times, 100,000 kilometers at all times. You got to be slow, get in. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but
he was the hardest.
Don't be quick to be in shit.
That's what it was. Yes. Don't be quick to be in shit. He was working so hard to be in the wrong places. So it was just it wasn't fun to watch. We were losing games. I want him out of the lineup, but I completely agree. I think the young players really rely on him. He is the heartbeat of the team, and I think you take that out. I think it does have a ripple effect on the rest of the team. So I think a ripple effect.
Great word.
Yeah. Let's snaps for that one. Yeah, when that one came out, it felt nice in my new microphone here. But I think you keep him in. He's our fourth line. He's a fourth line player. I think he brings good energy when the boys need it. So I think you keep him in, and he's doing the job that he is assigned.
He's assigned. Mike's tip your cap segment. We've been tipping a lot of caps, so might as well make it a segment. Cue the music, producer. Nope. No producer today.
No producer today. We're doing a man down podcast today. Our producer is very busy, he told us. So it's kind of weird. Whites and I, we quit our jobs to do this. Seems like he did not quit everything to do this podcast. So we might be hiring a producer. If you want to be a producer of a podcast, send us your resume. We are hiring.
Yes.
No experience required.
No experience. Habs fan, preferably. Sorry, Mr. Allen. Tip your cap segment. Cue the music. My tip my cap segment of it. So let's just get into it. Tip your cap. It's just anybody, anything, someone in our lives, on the Canadiens.
I didn't know we could go outside of the Canadiens. I thought we were sticking the Canadiens.
No rules. But my tip my cap is to Lane Hutson. Lane Hutson. This guy he's had the doubts of of people. You know. Even Ryan Whitney said, I don't know if he could be as good as he was in college. He's a small guy. Guy went in the second round. But this guy just finished his 150 games, and he is the all-time in the NHL points leader among defensemen through their first 150 games. I think the guy behind him, Zubov, like played 2 or 3 years in the KHL, and the guy was like 45 when he came into the league. And Lane Hutson just beat his record. So I mean, this guy just keeps getting better. Sophomore slump doesn't exist with Lane Hutson. He's only going to get better. The shifty magician he is. That's my tip of my cap segment. That's who I'm picking this
If you
week.
don't mind, do you mind if I expand on your tip, your cap segment?
Please
Because
do.
Lane Hutson, would we say one of his worst games versus the Ottawa Senators on when was that? Was it Wednesday game? It was a Wednesday game.
Yes.
Would you say it was one of his worst games? He took 2 penalties, kind of got out muscled in a couple areas. I saw on a different podcast, I think it was Kevin Bieksa talking about the Habs playing man on man and how it doesn't really match Lane Hutson's style. What do you think about that?
I'm going to take last game as like an anomaly. Like that's the one game that you just throw out the window. I've loved his defensive game. I think he closes on guys really well. He might not use he doesn't have the size, but he figures out how to use his other skills
He
to his
positions
advantage.
his body
So
well.
last night, everyone's going to have an off day. Even Lane Hutson, the all-time points leader through 150 games. So I think that's another nothing burger.
Holy nothing burger.
He's been unbelievable defensively. It's one game they play. He was off the night before. Guy was unreal.
Off his game.
So, Kevin, you know more about hockey than I do, but I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Okay, and we are allowed to disagree with you, Kevin. But my tip your cap segment, I am going to just circle it right back. I'm going to tip my cap to Jacob Fowler. We call him up, we start him, and he plays such an amazing game and wins us a massive 2 points. So many big time saves, as I said. This guy is going to be so important for us in the future, but you know what? The future might be here. I might have to clip that because that was a nasty thing that I just said there. The future might be here with Jacob Fowler. He might be our starter in the playoffs. We don't know. I'm excited to see how he continues to play. We tried this earlier in the season. He played well. He kind of cooled off a little bit, and we sent him down, cooking the minors a little bit. And now we're having Monty problems again. We bring him up, and now I really like our 1-2 combo. I think we don't try Monty again, and we just go Fowler and Dobish. And I am tipping my cap to Jacob Fowler with an awesome game. And this wasn't just a game where he came in and he made some big saves and they won the game. I think they won the game because of Jacob Fowler. So I'm tipping my cap to Jacob Fowler.
Tip your cap to Jacob Fowler. I mean, to me, the most impressive thing was I'm hearing it was Monday. He was told he was playing Wednesday. He hasn't played in the NHL in a little while. I think he was recently out for a couple weeks because of an illness, and he comes in a big stage, a big game against I would say our biggest rival, and he won Montreal Canadiens the game. So that's
biggest
a great tip your cap.
Biggest rival.
I think the Ottawa Senators are Montreal Canadiens' biggest rival because we beat our other rival on Tuesday. We haven't even talked about that.
Didn't even talk about that game.
Nothing burger. I mean,
they're not even burger. They're done. Their captain's done. Their season's done. It's over. I like you listeners know. I live in Toronto. Everybody in my office, most of them, they're Leafs fans. I'm one of the few Montreal Canadiens fans, and nobody's talking about the Leafs. It was Tuesday. I'm in the office talking about Habs playing the Leafs. Nobody cared. Nobody even knew the Leafs were playing that night. They're dead. Their fans are fake. It's a yacht club in there. I don't even want to go over the Leafs game.
They rather talk about Toronto FC.
And they rather talk about Toronto FC, and I've heard some people say in the office, we're tanking for McKenna. They're a joke. They're a joke of a franchise. Fuck the Leafs. Habs on top. Let's go.
Yes. I would say we could do a little joint tipper cap to celebrate the opening of our new segment. Juraj Slafkovský holds the Montreal Canadiens franchise record for the most career points by a player before turning 22 years old, recording 164 points. Get me excited about Juraj Slafkovský. I'm already so excited, but I want you to fire me up for this guy.
Yeah, this guy just, we saw him throughout this whole year. He's been one of our best players. You saw him take a massive step this whole year. Then we see him in the Olympics, and he literally makes the Olympic All-Star team. And we're like, holy crap, we have a first overall pick on our hands. And he's been playing well. He scores the goal in Ottawa. What a setup by by Demidov there. And honestly, the first pass by Suzuki was nasty versus Ottawa. And then he also had a sick play versus the Kings, I think it was, where he just came off the wall, kind of made a strong move. I think it was on Scott Lawton, actually, his first game with the Kings. Makes a strong play off the wall and has a grade A chance. You could just see him using his body. He's figuring out his body. As White's mentioned, we're both tipping our cap because he is what was it? He's most points by a Montreal Canadiens player under 22. And this guy is only going to get better. He's only going to figure out his body. And I can't wait to continue watching Juraj Slafkovský grow as a Montreal Canadian. We are so lucky to have him.
Yeah, the bus talk is in the past. It's in our rearview mirror. It's in the behind. Our predictions. We didn't predict this past week, these last 2 games. You probably would have had them going undefeated because you're just that much of a believer in the Montreal Canadiens. Your predictions, though, however, on the California road trip, I believe you predicted the Habs to go 3-0. They went 1-1-1. So that brings your record to 1-2. I predicted the Montreal Canadiens to go 2-0-1. They went 1-1-1. That brings my record to 2-1. So I am currently in the lead. I'm in the, what do they say in golf? You're the leader in the clubhouse. I'm the leader in the clubhouse.
I think you are the leader in the clubhouse. Yes.
Through 1 week, we'll count this as our first week. Give me your predictions moving forward on these next 2 games. We'll go in these 2 games increment because we'll probably be back.
We probably will be back, but I am so anxious. I have to talk about the 4 games ahead, if you don't mind. Let me give you the predictions for the 4 games.
Give it to me. I'm just gonna sit back.
I am going to tell you right now, the Habs are going to be 4-0. The Habs are going to be 4-0. They're going to beat the Sharks. They're going to beat the Ducks. We're gonna give them some redemption. The teams out west. We're going to beat the Bruins. It's going to be a tough, hard-fought game at the Bell Center, and then we travel to Detroit. And your co-host, me, is traveling with the Montreal Canadiens. I will be at Little Caesars Arena watching the Montreal Canadiens finishing this 4-game stretch 4-0. And we are going to solidify our spot in the playoffs. I'm knocking on wood. I promise you guys.
I could hear you knocking with that new mic. It
absorbs
everything.
It picks up everything. But I think the Montreal Canadiens are going to be 4-0 after that 4-game stretch. And I think we're going to play Dobesh. Then we're going to Fowler. We're going to Dobesh, Fowler. So who knows? Maybe I get Fowler on Thursday night versus the Detroit Red Wings. So who knows? I'm excited. Yep, White's it picked it up. Picks up everything. My speech is not great. I'm tired, but I'm powering through for the Locker Box podcast here. White's, give me your predictions.
I'm gonna go 3-1. 3-1. If we're taking 6 out of 8 points, I'm feeling good about that. 3-1. I like that. Habs go Dobesh, Fowler. Fight it out, boys. Dobesh plays better when he's got some competition.
Okay,
Fowler's just stone cold, but
we go 3-1. Whites, go game by game because I go 4-0. So obviously we're beating every team. Go game by game. Who we winning?
We're getting our redemption this weekend on both the Sharks and the Ducks.
Okay, I like that. Love that.
We're gonna lose to the Bruins.
Okay,
we're throwing that out there.
We're just throwing it out there.
We're losing to the Bruins. Can't win them all. The Red Wings they were fugazis. They're fakes. This might come back to bite me, but they weren't.
I'll be in the
real.
building. I'll be having my Habs gear on in the building. But I have heard. I spoke to a Red Wings fan, and they told me they struggle to get wins in March, and I believe they are not good in March within their past couple of years. So they got the March scaries, the Red Wings. So I believe we are going to march into Little Caesars Arena, and we are going to continue that March slump for the Detroit Red Wings.
You know that Jersey Jerry video when he was betting for March Madness, and he goes, "I am March."
Yes, I know that.
I am March.
Yep.
The Detroit Red Wings. I said it now.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
The Detroit Red Wings. I am not March. I am not March. They are not March. Hopefully they're not March on March 19th. But yeah, I think that is a 3-1 week. We'll reconvene and we'll go from there. Austin Matthews, Radko Gudas. Give me you really, really wanted to talk about this. Take it away. I mean, do you have any opinion on it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just saw before we hopped on, Radko Gudas did get suspended for that play. Matthews has confirmed that he has torn a ligament in his MCL, or he tore his MCL. I don't know if that made sense. Not a doctor here. but he's out for the season, and that just describes the whole Leaf season for you. Yeah, just a crappy play. You don't like to see that. Gudas kind of has a history of being a little bit, what would you say, dirty?
He's dirty.
He's a dirty
He's
player,
dirty.
but he plays hard. You know, he took out Captain Canada, is why we lost to the U.S. So I don't like Radko Gudas right now, and yeah, kind of a dirty play. Austin Matthews out for the season. The Leaf season's dead. Anything else around the league that you got going on?
Well. What are your thoughts on the reaction by the Leafs after the game? Even William Nylander's like, "Oh, I just didn't see it." But then if you rewatch it, I think you could see him like being like, "That's a penalty." Like he's raising his hands, so he definitely saw it. What does it tell you about a culture of a team when your captain is getting hurt
What
and you just watch?
it is absolutely it's horrible. As a fan, if I'm a fan of the Leafs right now, I see that I'm absolutely disgusted. It just seems like you could bring in these coaches, you could fire your Brendan Shanahan, you could do what you want, but I think just the core of this team, they're not built correct, they're not built right, they don't have the right attitude. And I think you could bring in whoever you want. I just don't think it's gonna fix it. I don't know. I don't like that. And I'd like to think the Montreal Canadiens, if Nick Suzuki gets that done to him, I think we have anybody, whether it's Cole Caulfield, whether it's Arber Xhekaj, I think they're popping in.
Okay, let's finish it off with one more question for you. I like getting your intake on this. The playoffs started today. Who are you rather play, Tampa Bay Lightning or the Buffalo Sabres?
Whites, that is a $1 million question right there, but I am probably gonna have to go with the Buffalo Sabres just because and I'll say I think they're nasty and I think they're gonna continue being nasty, and I'm tipping my cap to them. I tipped it earlier in the episode. I think that they are nasty and they probably might beat us. But I think we have a better chance of beating the newly good Buffalo Sabres than the um, veteran Tampa Bay Lightning. They know what it takes to win. Whereas for this, the Sabres, it'll be their first playoffs, and I think it's like 19, 20 years. I don't know what it is, but they'll probably just be happy to be there and not really take in the moment, where we had that experience last year. We don't want to just get to the playoffs. We won't be satisfied with the playoffs. I'd rather play the Buffalo Sabres over the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that is my final answer.
Yeah.
Whites, what would you say?
I mean, we could have this conversation every single episode, and my answer might change every time. But right now, I'm taking the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't want to
Okay.
have anything to do with that Buffalo Sabre mojo. They scare me. That scares me. That vibe. They're tough. They're big. They're fast. They're skilled.
I like that we
Tampa,
had completely different answers.
yeah. Tampa's obviously, we know who Tampa is, but they've lost in the first round. I want to say in 3 years in a row. They lost to Toronto a couple of years ago. They lost to obviously Florida the last 2 years. So that, I mean, who's not losing to Florida? But their defense is weak. If you look at the right side of their defense, I don't think you would know any single one of them. So I think they're beatable. They're not playing as well as they have been in the past. I think there's some holes to their team. I don't think it's their time anymore. I rather play them than the Mojo, Hojo, Buffalo Sabres. I know we have a Buffalo Sabres listener on this podcast, so he's gonna be liking this. I know he doesn't want the Habs to play Buffalo for his well-being, for his mental health. So if you're at this point in the episode and you're still listening, congrats to you, because the Buffalo Sabres scare me. Okay, they scare me, and it's
But
good.
they don't
It's good.
scare me,
They don't scare
Mr.
Harley.
Listener.
Yeah,
I know who you are. They don't scare me. I think they're fugazis. I think they're going to be too happy to make the playoffs. And I think we will beat the fuck out of them in the first round if we did play
Yes.
them. But honestly, I wouldn't want to play any team. I don't want to play any fucking team. I think our division is so strong on that there's no good matchups for us. Yeah, I'm excited. Hockey's amazing. Hockey's great. And we got playoffs in a long time. We do have some time to go for playoffs here, but the playoff race is getting closer. It's such a tight division, and I just love watching the Montreal Canadiens play every night.
Yep. I mean, we're so confident. We'll see you again after a 2-0 weekend. Mark my words that I just jinxed the boys. Now they don't listen to this. But when you go to Detroit, you might have to wear your hat down low, because I don't know who's gonna know you in the stands. They'd probably be like, "Oh, locker box mics, hot takes mics, hot take mics." But we'll see you Sunday after the game. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Go follow us on all the socials. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm a social media man now. I know how to say that. See you Sunday, Monday, whenever, because we're not good with scheduling.